Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. And this one has been a bit of a hard video for me to do, but I wanted to definitely do a reflect and remembrance, a reflection and remembrance of the incomparable Erica Ashe. If you are not familiar with Miss Erica, she was a beautiful comedic actress who has spanned a career of so many different projects from film to television, voiceover, in person, and just an all around really funny and just heartwarming actress in all of the roles that she played. She definitely, in my feeling and my thoughts, just embodied those many different types of character roles that she did throughout her career. And so it was really so sad to me to see that the news a couple of days had broke that Miss Erica Nash had passed away. There isn't a lot of details at the time of this particular sharing. However, you may have come across some updated information, that is coming to fold. I do see that there's a lot of her fellow actors and friends who are actually putting out messages for her as well, and definitely condolences to her family, because this is a very just unfortunate and shocking passing. I just did not know, and it's just definitely a testament to never knowing what people are going through in life. And I just just really wanted to take an opportunity to share and reflect a little bit about Miss Erica, because she did bring a lot of joy into her work, whether it was comedic or drama or a bit of both. She really was a multi-talented young lady and actress, and definitely gone too soon. I came aware of her in a show that came out a few years ago or some years ago called Survivor's Remorse. And she was really good. She played a cousin in that. And she just was just really funny and brought a lot of light and levity to the show itself. And all of the ensemble cast was really great in that show. And so that was my introduction to her. She's very strikingly beautiful, easy to remember, and she's so funny. And it was kind of one of those things like, who is this lady? She just really just came over and took over in that role. And so it was just so nice to see her in that. And when the show actually had came to its conclusion, I was a little saddened by it because it's one of those Sunday night shows that I really like to see. And Tashina Arnold was in it. Mike Epps, I believe, was also in it. A couple other stars that, are also in it as well. And so forgive me, I can't remember all of their names. But if you were familiar with Survivor's Remorse, you would have definitely known of the show. I want to say, I believe it was a LeBron James production, or that he was behind that in the backing of that show. But it was a really good show. I also saw her in another TV show that she landed, which was BET. If you do watch BET programming, it's also, this particular series is also on BET Plus as well, streaming, and it's In Contempt, and she played a lawyer, and it was just so good. She was so good in that, and of course, it's an ensemble cast with a lot of great talent on that show as well. And I was sad to see that show come to its conclusion, but I was there I want to say it came on Thursday nights, possibly. It's been a few years now, but I definitely was making sure I was there because it was such a good show to watch. And so, yeah, she has done so many things. So, I mean, her body of work is just, it's really extraordinary how much influence she has had through television and movies and voiceovers and such. So I wanted to just take that moment, of course, to just reflect on that. And so we're going to get into it. I have a couple of sharings that I want to provide. One, I'm going to take some information from Wikipedia because it gives me a little bit of background information on her, as well as the deadline.com, which is basically where the sharing first hit for me when I noticed it a couple of days ago when the news did break. So let's go ahead and start with the Wikipedia sharing. All right, let's give it just a second. So basically, Her early not life shares that Erica Ash was born in Florida on September 19th, 1977, to Donald and Diane Ash. Her parents were both in the U.S. military, leading the family to relocate often, moving to Germany and other parts of the world. She attended a performing arts school in Atlanta, Georgia during her youth. Ash plans on becoming a doctor, graduating from Emory University in Atlanta with a degree in pre medicine and prepared to attend medical school. However, after a trip to Japan, where she became a backup singer and a runway model, Ash had decided to pursue a career in entertainment. And we are so very lucky for it. So, how interesting that she actually, a couple things I didn't know is that one, she was born in Florida, which I have a lot of time that I've lived in Florida myself, so I have ties with Florida. Also, to that her parents were in the military, and my parents were in the military. I was in the military, so I'm a veteran and come from a family of veterans, and I just felt, wow, that's just a nice, closeness, relatable piece, right? And then on top of that, she was stationed in her family was stationed in Germany. So was mine. Matter of fact, that's how I joined the military. It was through Germany. So it was just so nice to see that those things. And I wish I know more about that, but it just goes to show you, people are so much more sometimes than just their celebrity, right? They have so many other things that they can share and the stories they could tell. And yeah, so this right here was definitely a very sad passing indeed. She was only 46 years old and just too young, just absolutely too young. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the next sharing that tells a little bit more information about her professional work and some of the things that you may have seen her from if you are aware of. And if you were not aware of her, you will now become aware of her. And definitely can probably go back and stream on different platforms for some of those shows if you find that to be interesting for you, because there are quite a bit of shows that she has been a part of that I'm sure that you can still access now. Like I said, a couple of them I actually watch on BET Plus, and and I quite enjoy it, even up as into a couple of days before this unfortunate and heartbreaking news. I was watching some of the In Contempt because often I go back to view a lot of her programming because she's great. She also was in Legacies, which is, if you know and watch through the Vampire Diaries saga, with Vampire Diaries and the originals. Well, Legacies was the third installment of that, which is the Vampire Werewolf, collabo. Very beloved by many, has many fans. Really, truly enjoy all of the aspects of all three of those shows. And she did a part in Legacies, and she did a great part. And for her being a comedic talent, she played a drama filled role, and actually a role that was, even though she wasn't on but maybe a couple of episodes, she was connected to a primary vampire on the show, as well as behind the scenes of what was to come, so to speak, of like the firm, if you will, of what her child and others in the show were dealing with. So that was interesting, that she was behind that huge component in the show. So again, another opportunity. And I think that if Legacies had continued on, who knows, maybe they would have revisited that particular storyline that dealt with a lot of, behind the scenes, if you will, of Legacies, into why things were happening the way they were with the actual nemesis they had to fight. She may have been able to make another appearance, especially since one of the actors on the show played her son, who was a main actor, and so we could have seen her again, and that would have been nice if Legacies had continued in that way. So yeah, but let's go ahead and get into the next part of the sharing, where we can get a little bit more details, and let's reflect on that. So just one second here. All right. Now, of course, this source comes from deadline.com, and it did share, again, of the unfortunate passing of Hollywood actor who was 46, Erica Dash. And again, many people know her from Survivor's Remorse and also Real House Husbands of Hollywood as well. That was another one that I just recently saw her in, and I wasn't totally aware of her being on that show because I didn't watch Real Housewives of Husbands very much, but But yeah, that was, and she was funny. She was funny. So here's a bit of some of these areas in which she actually gave great performances. So, according to the sharing, Erica Ash, who starred on the Stars dramedy Survivor's Remorse and the BET series Real House Husbands of Hollywood, and In Contempt, and appeared in dozens, and I do mean dozens, of other films and TV shows, including Mad TV, has passed away. And they're sharing that she passed away July 28th. Obviously a few days ago. And of course, she was only 46, and I've shared that earlier. Her family had confirmed that Erica had passed away after a long cancer battle, but did not provide other details. Erica was an amazing woman and a talented entertainer who touched countless lives with her sharp wit, humor, and genuine zest for life. Her family had said in a statement, "Her memory will live eternally in our hearts." Again, my condolences to the family. Um, the sharing further shares that Erica had broke out as a regular on the first two seasons of Logo's The Big Gay Sketch Show, and in 2006 to 2007, and then Fox's Mad TV. Into the 2010s, she worked in films including Scary Movie 5, and she also starred in Sister Code and Christie, and the 2018 basketball comedy Uncle Drew, starring Kyrie Irving, Shaquille O'Neal, and others. Among her first big roles was recurring from 2013 to 2016 on the parody series Real House Husbands of Hollywood, or Real Husbands. I want to say Real House because of Real Housewives, but it's actually Real Husbands of Hollywood, which starred Kevin Hart, Dwayne Martin, Nick Cannon, JB Smoove, Nelly, and others. And during that time, Erica also starred in all four seasons of Survivor's Remorse opposite of Jesse T. Usher, Ron Rako Lee, Tashina Arnold, and Mike Epps. She also did a 3-episode guest arc in the 2016 first season of NBC's Shades of Blue, starring Jennifer Lopez and Ray Liotta. Ash next starring TV role was in legal drama In Contempt, which she top-lined as a talented and opinionated public defender, Gwen Sullivan. It lasted a 110-episode season on BET, and she then did a 4-episode arc on the CW drama Legacies in 2019. Now, during the 2020s, Ash had guested on such series as A Black Lady Sketch Show, Family Reunion, and most recently, NBC's Extended Family, and had voice roles on Bless the Hearts and Aquaman, King of Atlantis. She also appeared in films including The Big Bend, Singleaholic, Unthinkably Good Things, and Outlaw Johnny Black. Miss Erica Ash was a boundlessly talented actress whose range was superlative. Professor Rel Dowdle, director of film studies at Hampton University, told Deadline. Being a graduate of prestigious institution, Emory University, she could have had many prosperous career options to choose from in life, but she definitely chose the right one in being a standout and very conscious actress who touched many lives with her work, and I could not agree more. In lieu of flowers, the family had asked that donations be made in Ash's name to the Susan G. Komen Cancer Foundation or other breast cancer charities. And so, therefore, you most certainly can simply go online. I will definitely have that information also in the description box if you should choose to want to provide that ability to share in remembrance of Erica Ash. Again, this has just really been just a shocking, situation here in a sense of her passing. You never know what people are going through. And I definitely will say that she had been going through this battle for quite some time, apparently, and still kept showing up in such a way that you would have never known. And I'm sure a lot of her close friends and family members were aware of what was going on, and we're obviously in support of her and being that backbone for her. And I think that says so much I think of other passings like Chad Boseman, who himself had passed away of cancer, but kept continuing to work through all of that and just continue to give us great work. And when I say Erica Nash Ash is going to be definitely missed. She really is. She just brought such a bright reflection in her roles, and I for sure will miss seeing that and her comedic timing, to say the least. So, again, I'll definitely share my condolences, my prayers and thoughts to her family. If you wish to throw those down in the comment section as well, please do. Throw your condolences and below for her. And if there's any shows or movies or, that you are familiar with her work or had some favorite moments in, as far as what you've seen that she provided in television and movie, drop those down in the comment section below as well. I'd like to know. I've named a few that I've seen her in, and I think now that I've seen a very comprehensive list of all of the things that she was working on, I'm going to find my way into delving into some of those other shows and just, watching the brilliant work that was Miss Erica Ash. So, again, my condolences, prayers, and thoughts. I am so appreciative of you viewing and sticking around with me and watching and joining me with this reflection and remembrance of Erica Ash. And yeah, if you have any other thoughts in regards to that, any kind words or anything, most certainly is welcomed in the comment section below. So that being said, I think I will bid you adieu, but I thank you so much for being here, and until next time, you take care and be blessed. Bye.